How to overcome when I'm disappointed. If hurt someone by words intentionally. I'm still not getting this question. Is this question about when you hurt somebody else intentionally, that's where you're feeling disappointed? Or somebody else has attacked you with the words, so you're feeling disappointed? But I'm going to kind of answer both the questions. So his question or her question is basically, then how do I overcome disappointment when I have hurt someone by words intentionally? Or someone has hurt me by words intentionally. Now, you don't have to overcome disappointment. Okay, I'll tell you why. Disappointment comes from grief or loss, right? Loss of what? Loss of that connection with that person. When do we say vindictive words, or when do we attack somebody with intentionally with that intention to hurt someone? Is when we are angry, or when we don't feel that connection, or we feel that this person is not doing what I want them to do. That's the reason. Like, there is a discord between you and that person. And that discord, the discord may have happened because of something that has happened underneath. Now, you got to identify what is it that has happened underneath that has caused you this discord. It's very important for you to understand that why you intentionally want to hurt somebody. Maybe you have tried every possible, and if this is a close relationship, if this is an intimate relationship, sometimes what happens is you love that person so much, and you've tried every possible way to make that person realize that they need to change, or something need to change in this relationship, or something is not going right. And when the person is not understanding what you're saying, it's your frustration that you're not feeling that connection. The connection is missing, and that comes out as a lashing out from the intentional hurtful words. Whether you have done it or whether that person has done it, understand the reason that you've done it. Now, it's very important that before you speak, you have to step back, you have to breathe, you have to calm down and then speak. It's so very well old saying, right? Once the words have gone out of your mouth, you can never take them back. So how can you start building patience inside you? How can you start, and I know it's very difficult. I'm not giving you any kind of a gyan here. I know it's very difficult, and sometimes it's, the frustration is so much enormous that it all automatically comes out. You have practically no control, and it just comes out, right? So my question to you is, how do you start building that strength within yourself? How do you start becoming more calmer? One of the ways that you can start becoming more calmer is by, making sure that if something is not going right, maybe taking a step back and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to revisit this later on. Let me not deal with it right now. Because right now, I'm very furious, I'm very angry, and I need to calm down, and I need to set some boundaries. I need to make sure that both of us are equally, respectful towards each other. Whatever we want to say like an adult. Because what happens is when you are attacking each other with the hurtful words, you actually become children. In your space, you are the unhealed children. You're not an adult. Because the adult conversation is always respectful. But all in the world right now, if you see, every human being who's grown up physically may not be necessarily adult internally, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. A lot of unhealed children are moving around in the world, and that's the reason we hurt each other. So don't get over the disappointment. Understand why that has happened, and if that in relationship is important enough for you, make an amends for it. If you have said something hurtful, apologize and make sure that you gain trust back from that person. Because what happens is when you attack somebody, you lose the trust. And when you lose the trust, it's very difficult that the person is going to kind of listen to you. Nobody likes to be attacked. Nobody likes to be told that they are not done things right. So how can you apologize, make amends about it, and just promise them that you will not be saying things like that, and you're working on yourself. If they have done the same with you, and in a calm state, go to them, talk to them, and tell them how you feel. Don't attack again. Don't say, hey, you said something like this and I felt this way. No. then it is again going to be fight, right? So instead of that, how can you go and say that, you know what, so and so thing happened and that time, I really felt disappointed. I felt we shared something really beautiful. I felt that we cared for each other. I felt that we respect each other. And unfortunately, when you said all those things, I felt disrespected. I felt disappointed. I felt unloved. I felt unsupported. I felt uncared. What exactly did you feel? Don't use my words. I'm just telling you what exactly did you feel. Speak about those feelings and you will see the person will be ready to listen to you. The disappointment happening is only because you have lost the connection. Now you can always rebuild the connection. So focus on rebuilding the connection rather than focusing on getting over the disappointment. I hope this helps all of you. Just give a lot of love to Jay Radiographer right now. Send a lot of love and emoticons. And if this helped you, give a thumbs up in the chat box so that he knows, I know that this has helped you.